Hello. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Let's see. Hopefully people actually show up. Hello. Everyone can see me. Give it a second. So I'm going to start off this stream by prepping this panel. So this is they call it a floater panel. It is from Trikel Art Supplies. And I don't like painting on wood, so I add canvas to this. And from what I've learned is that it's better to cut a little bit extra on the sides. Sometimes you will use Gorilla Glue, but I think I'm just going to go with Mod Podge and start this. But we are going to be painting. I just want to prep this panel because I let it sit for 24 hours before I have the gesso. It's all this process. Exciting news, if you guys backed my calendar. They're going to be in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, he's going to ship them to me. I'm super excited. Good news on that. The book, my iBook, is going to be printing soon. I'm just waiting on details on my proof. Now, people have complained because I don't give enough instructions, apparently, when I do these painting/art videos. So here are my, here's my commentary, I guess. I'm going to try. So again, I go over this with Mod Podge. I usually use a paintbrush, but I actually kind of want to try just going in with a palette. So that way I don't wreck any more paintbrushes. The only problem with this is this. I just found this. I was looking for this everywhere. Apparently it was under my desk. My Black Widow infested desk, which I'm not thrilled about, but whatever. I need to get this on as thick as possible. So yeah, what I honestly, I'm lazy, so I just prefer to use Gorilla Glue, the hairspray, you know, the notorious Gorilla Glue hairspray. Gesso the wood. I gesso all of it. I tried doing stains to the wood. I don't really like the way it comes out, Patrick. I actually prefer to just, I'm going to use this palette. Oh shit, I just got a big glop of glue all over it. So I cover, personally, I like adding, what is it called? Leafing to the frame. So that's just kind of like my go-to. Oh my God, this is so much better than this is the first time I'm doing this with a palette. This isn't a palette brush. What the fuck are these called? Palette knife, excuse me. I like it so much better than doing it with a paintbrush. The paintbrush, I feel like, doesn't do a very good job. Now, I think the people at Trikel, whatever, they used to like me. They used to send me, like, whenever I would do, because I always do big orders. I ordered like 100 of their little ornaments. And they like gave me a bunch of extra free stuff. And then this last time I ordered, I was supposed to get like a free t-shirt and all this other stuff, and I didn't get any of it. And then I was the only person. I competed in that like pet portrait competition, and I was the only person whose dog portrait they didn't share. Like, I watched it like a Hulk, because I honestly think like somebody looked into me there and they're like, oh, this girl's problematic, because they used to really like me. But, you know, now it's like they'll like my post, but they won't like share it or acknowledge it just like other people. And I'm just like, really? Like, that's the one problem with like the art community, is that there's very few base artists, I think. And it's like, if you don't agree with us, then you're a Nazi. And I'm just like, that's such bullshit, man. I was actually really shocked. There's this one artist I really like, and he did this beautiful portrait for Charlie Kirk. He was actually at his memorial. His was the painting that they used for the memorial. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. I've been following this guy for years. I had no idea he was based. So there's that. Okay, now, okay. Now that string is out of the way, let's get the canvas on. Now I use my laser cutter to cut this. Sometimes I just go with a, like I buy a big sheet of canvas and then I cut it out. There's some custom ones where that's what I have to do. Like for the painting I did of my dog, this is the top, painting I did for my dog Dixie, that one was like that. Okay, so let's flatten this out. This is 100% like an actual art tutorial. You guys are watching me do this. Okay. For those that complain I don't give enough instructions, here you guys go. So this is how I add canvas to a wood panel. And here we go. I actually can see there's some glue seeping, but that's fine. Okay, there's these loose pieces, which will be fine because I'm going to hide them in the sides. And so what I do is I leave that to dry. Now that I have this part on, I always want to make sure that I press down on the corners of it, just so that way it gets as much as possible. And usually I'll leave a bunch of heavy books on it overnight. It looks pretty good. Yeah, see that? And then you see these extra little pieces on the sides. Then what I'm gonna have to use a paintbrush for this. But then what I do is once this part is dried, like the main surface, I'll go in the next day after the glue has dried and I'll lift up the sides and I'll get a paintbrush and I'll put it along the edges and then I'll manually push it in with my fingers. Some people will give me shit about my long nails, like my acrylic nails. It is so helpful to have these things. So it is for art purposes. But that's the tutorial for today. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And, you know, the next part will be waiting another 24 hours to do that. And let me show you. I'm just going to set it off. I'll get some books later. I want it to dry a little bit. But this is like the end result. So this is one that I already finished. I already prepped. And we're either going to be painting on this one tonight. I don't know if I want to. I think I'm going to do a big one. So this is what I did though on this one is I used a laser cutter to be the exact circle. So it is a bit different. Whereas this one, I don't think I use a laser cutter. I think I just manually cut it and then I pushed it down on the sides. Now, I like this better because it gives the edge a smoother surface. But what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to be trying something. So this is an experiment because I got a bunch of resin and I'm going to be doing some projects later. So for my first iBook, I didn't really know what to add for like the stretch goals, or actually I don't even think I had stretch goals, but I didn't know what to add as far as the like to the perks. And then I decided like, oh, you know what would be really cool is like if I could make like eye coasters. So I did a bunch of eye paintings on like these little circle palettes. These are some messed up ones that I have, but see these I'm gonna throw away because it's got I don't even know what this is, some kind of gunk on it, or maybe I could laser cut it off. But I did a bunch of eye paintings on these little like canvas things, and I bought these years ago because originally I was going to do, after I finished the eye project, I was going to do the pet project and paint them on these, and I decided to scrap the idea. But I bought like 200 of these, and so I've just had them, and I'm like, let me just practice painting an eye on one. And then I got this crazy idea of like, what if I turn these into coasters? And I've been looking into the logistics of how to do it. And I'm like, I painted a bunch of test samples and you guys voted on them. I asked you guys on my Twitter, on my community tab, and then over on Instagram, which ones were your favorites, which ones were your least favorite. Now, I was experimenting. I was doing like fantasy type of eyes, and all you mofos just like the basic bee eyes. So I was like, ugh. I get it. You guys just like, you know, vivid colors, but I painted like albino eyes. I painted blind eyes. I was like crazy anime color eyes. Nobody liked those. So I was like, okay. Okay, I guess I'll just be weird by myself. But I looked it up, and you can actually paint your oil paints directly on resin. So I'm like, I got UV resin, not the other one, because I didn't want to have to deal with like mixing resin and epoxy together. I might have to try that in the future. But long story, even longer. I prepped these, I painted a bunch, and we shall see. But so now with this, you see how this has like the little, whatever the hell this is, like it's a floater panel. Oh, thank you for gifting the 1 membership. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. It hasn't stopped you before. What hasn't? Oh, my long story longer. Anna has nice hands, even if they are freakishly oversized. My hands are actually pretty big. I know. I have really large hands for a whammon. For as small as I am, I do have freakishly large hands. It doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. And you know what's awesome is I don't have to run and immediately wash this. I can like let the glue dry and then peel it off, and it can be all super satisfying. I'll do that later. Also, this is what I was saying earlier that I couldn't find, and I finally found it. It's my Lois Lane badge for my Lois Lane cosplay. Okay, but let's see. What was I gonna? Oh, Comb Go Ham. Thank you for becoming a new member. Thank you. Let's see. But yeah, so I think I want to fill this with like glittery resin, or put like, I don't know. I bought what is it called? The things, all of the words are, I bought like black, shiny, metallic leafing. It was for like this Halloween project, which I need to find so I can finish it. I never finished it, but I wanted to add that around the edges. So I was okay with them being a little frayed. And then I don't exactly know what I'm going to do yet, but I want to do something cool. But so today, I usually paint like regular people's eyes. I'm going to paint a character eye. Now, if you guys are fans of anime, you probably will know this character. And if you're like an American normie and you don't follow anime, this character is awesome. His name is Kakashi Sensei. And he is one of Naruto's teachers. And he is probably my favorite character in Naruto. And so we are going to paint his eye. And so the thing about in Naruto, when they're using their powers, their eyes change colors. So we're going to be painting Kakashi Sensei's eye with his chakra, meaning his powers. And he's got like this cool scar on his eye. So that's what we're going to be painting. Disillusioned Man, thank you for becoming a new member. So yeah, that's my plan. So tonight, I am going to try to paint Kakashi Sensei's eye. And if you guys are familiar with me, myself, and I and my work, you guys know I personally, I like to get it done in one shot, which is called alla prima painting. So that's fancy for just saying that you just paint one session wet on wet. So you don't let like the paint dry and then come back and paint. That would be if I was painting, like this is another panel that I already prepped and I painted a background on it. And so that would not be technically alla prima painting because there's already a background. So this, just going in, I'm going to paint this mofo's eye and just go for it, hopefully in uno shot. Okay. And then I will let it dry. In like a month, I'll come back and I'll add varnish. Wait 24 hours, varnish it again, and then see how I feel about the resin later. Now, I never do this, but I am going to tape this down because I keep on painting on things. So these panels come with a like an already like notch, so you can hang them. I would probably redo it anyways and like add on hanging equipment myself, but I'm just going to try to keep this in place somehow. I didn't get enough tape. Okay, this is going to look do this. Probably not going to hold it in place too well, but it's better than nothing. So I'm sorry I've been a little MIA. I haven't been feeling good the past few days. It gets cold and I'm just like, I just want to go into a cocoon and never come out. I don't deal with the cold well. I can never live where it snowed. I'm definitely, you follow Game of Thrones, I'm not a Stark. Couldn't do that shit. I need the warm sunshine. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, look at this is the limited edition print for the I Project book. I believe this is I 85 or 6. I'm not exactly sure the number. I think it's I 85. But I thought that it would make a good print. I liked that he had these like little moles here. Actually, I'm not sure if this is a man or a woman, but this is the I print. I have it all packaged. I have them all. I always get everything done beforehand, and then I just end up waiting for like the big piece. Like everything for my calendar is ready to go. I'm just waiting for the calendars. Everything for the I project is ready to go. I'm just waiting for the books. I 88 would have been the better. Which one's 88? That eye is blue. So I'm going to have a blue eye for the limited edition print for the blue book. This first book, it's going to be brown. So the way that I'm doing the books, it's like eye color. And so the first book is going to be blue. The first book is going to be brown. The second book is going to be blue. And the third book is going to be green. So that's how I'm doing the eye books. Oh, Disillusion Man, that's your eye? Your eye is very pretty, even though I don't like blue eyes. All right. Let me get this mofo's eye. Oh, I just realized I taped this all down, but I have to get my palette to mix my paint. And I just saw it. I'm like, where the fuck is it? Okay, JK. I'll just get this off. Move it for a second. Just. Set it on the floor next to me for now. Let's see how much of this paint is. Where's my other knife? I was listening to Cecil's stream. Okay, there's a lot that's still good. Just add some terp to it. Thin it out a bit. That's fun. Okay, there we go. Let's get a lot more white. This mofo's pale, so it's going to be lighter skin color. How did I do this where I split screen? I've done it before. How do I... There we go. Oh, that's lovely. There's like a giant glare on the glass. I apologize. The one problem when you have a glass. This is pretty thick. That's what she said. I was watching a bit of Cecil's stream, or I should say I was listening to Cecil's stream. Why are all the Taylor Swift girls mad? Like, she came out with some song and they're all losing their minds. It's like, oh my gosh, this 35-year-old woman is now excited about getting married and having kids. Like, oh no, it's the end of the world. Is that basically the gist of what's going on right now? Maybe I'll make a video on it. Go down the rabbit hole. All of the loser Swifties are losing their minds. I'm actually surprised that she's legit getting married. I really thought that that relationship was fake. And everyone like shows pictures of his last girlfriend, and she was like super black and had a completely different style. I'm still like, how is she not performing at the Super Bowl? I think that's my biggest irritation with the whole situation. Like, I don't even particularly like Taylor Swift. I remember when she was a country singer. Like, once she switched to pop, I'm like, eh. It's pretty dry. Lucky if I get much out of it. I think I've told this story before, but like my mom, she would get me a Taylor Swift album for like every single birthday. And I'm like, finally, after years, I'm like, Mom, why do you keep buying me Taylor Swift shit? And she's like, you love Taylor Swift. And I was like, since when? She's like, you know all of her songs. I'm like, everyone knows all of her songs. They're played a gazillion times a day on every station. Jay-Z's company runs the Super Bowl. Really? I didn't know that. That makes sense, though. Dude, Beyonce's jeans didn't even try. Every single one of their kids looks exactly like him. And I'm like, ugh, at least they're rich. Their first daughter, like Blue Ivy. First off, what a shitty name. Second off, ugh, that poor girl. She's like his twin. It's like, oh my God, how unfortunate. Because he's probably one of the ugliest people to ever walk the earth. More. I started watching a Dexter Resurrection last night, or I guess 2 nights ago. We're on the 4th episode. It's actually good. I'm really sad that it's gotten canceled. I'm at the part where he got the invitation, so he's going to go to the party. The prequel series was canceled? That series was... I thought I saw that Dexter Resurrection was canceled. Am I crazy? Oh, yay, then I'm happy. Because I was like, they were just at San Diego Comic-Con. I was at the panel. All I know is this new show is actually good. I just am kind of irritated at them making Batista the villain, because I'm like, I get it, they want to bring him back, but all Dexter really had to say was, you know, my ex was crazy. I told her the story about the Bay Harbor Butcher and how it was Dokes, and then his like ex-lover LaGuerta wanted to frame me, and then when they went to go break up and she shot him, like she tried to blame it on him. Like that's all he had to say, and Batista would have believed him. But Dexter's fucking weird, so he just didn't do it. I'm like, it's so frustrating. Also, I hate that they killed off Hannah. I mean, I get it, they had to. In this new cop, for those that aren't watching, so Harrison, Dexter's son, is like homeless, living in this hotel that he works at. And there's this like new cop that's some kind of like super cop, and she is just like the bitchiest Hispanic woman you can imagine. Like she's so unlikable, and it's like, I get it, like she's a good guy, but she's the antagonist, and I can't stand her, man. She bothers me because she's such a bitch. And I'm like, I actually hope every criminal gets away from you because you're such a fucking cunt. Was the Dexter prequel series any good? It's one Peaches and I didn't watch. No, I'm happy because I can go and watch this show and enjoy it, knowing that it's not going to just drastically end on a cliffhanger. Now, I never watched Dexter like live when it came out, so I didn't know that there was so much controversy over how it ended. And knowing that there's like another series out, like when it ended, I was like, oh, okay, like on to the next one. But the more I think about it, I'm like, I guess it would suck for people having to wait a really long time for the new show and it just being left like that. I really wished it would have ended with like Dexter in Argentina and like him and Hannah just like still being killers and taking out all the bad guys. Like, wouldn't that be cool? It's like, hey, let's go kill like all of the Nazis that are in Argentina, you know? Like that kind of stuff. Like that would have been awesome. Like him and Hannah killing them in Argentina. That would have been fun. But no, he had to go. He had to go be a loner. I don't deserve happiness. Like that was literally Deb's last thing that she said to you. And yeah, Deb shouldn't have died. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, like I don't Like, I wouldn't have done the ending the way that it was. But I don't know. When did Dexter end? I don't even know because I wasn't watching. I didn't have to watch the ZTV show. Are Dexter and Deb still married in real life? Dude, we just found out about that. Peaches was like, he saw some meme about it. And we looked up, we're like, what the fuck? No way. And then we looked up, we're like, what? No, they got divorced. They fell in love, got married, and divorced, all while still filming Dexter. So, like, the last 2 seasons, they were divorced, which is weird. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Swift, thank you for the $1 super chat, even though you did not say anything. I'm sure the season is already over, but like at Comic-Con they showed us like a sneak peek of like the upcoming episode. So it's like I already know about like Dexter meeting Tyrion Lannister and seeing all of the trophy rooms, and he's got all of Dexter's slides, and I'm like, oh my god. And so thank you to everybody that's watching over on Twitch as well as on Twitter. You know, people get mad at me for still calling it Twitter, and I'm just like, fuck off, man. I'm never gonna call it X. It's Twitter. So there's this color I started using recently. It's called Cadmium Orange, and I've never used it before, but I'm kind of like addicted to it now, and I couldn't find this small tube. And so I went to the art store and I'm like, fuck it, I'll just go buy another one because I really wanted to paint. And I'm like, I need this color to do some of the things that I want to do. And luckily they were like having a sale. So I got this big fancy tube for like 40% off, which is nice. And then of course, right when I got home, I found the small tube. So I'm like, gosh, damn it. You like the scraping sound? Well, good. I'm glad you get a kick out of the scrapes. Someone told me that I should just do this like the paint mixing on Twitch and like call it ASMR. I'm like, I guess to some people it could be ASMR. Other people might hate it. So to each their own. Now let me ask, did you guys actually get a notification for this stream, or did you see me post about it somewhere? Cecil was ending. Yeah, somebody left a comment somewhere and asked me to do a painting stream because they were having a hard time sleeping, but that was like weeks ago. I'm like, bro, I'm like on a baby schedule. My favorite blue is phthalo blue. It's so pretty. I just got Prussian blue. I know a lot of people like it. I have ultramarine blue as well, but I don't know. I guess I like phthalo better. I got the YouTube one and the email from Twitch. Oh, wow, nice. Notification from Rumble. I'm not streaming on Rumble. Why would it show up on Rumble? That's weird. Somebody sent me this. It's called Radiant Blue. I think I'm going to try it. Let's see. Me and Peaches were talking about it. We're like, our baby is getting so big and we're starting to plan her first birthday. And I'm just like, I want to have another baby. My baby got big. I need another little one. Like, I love my baby so much. I want another one. Oh my God, where's this purple? Where's my purple? Aha. So, both he and I have the baby itch already. I want another baby. Yeah, babies. My baby's so sweet. I know people usually send out like Christmas cards, but I want to send out a Halloween card of her. I kind of hope the next baby is another girl, so that way Peaches will let me have more. Because I feel like if we have a boy and a girl, he'll be like, I'm done. So I'm low-key hoping for another girl. And I'll probably mix the red for the eye later. But I want to get painting. So let's start doing that. I'm already so tired. It's past my bedtime. But I wanted to paint. I have a feeling this is not going to be a good idea. I knew there was a reason I didn't want my laptop on that side and I wanted it on this side. Now I'm remembering why. The camera looks blurry. It's not good. It's probably my internet. This is that new camera that was sent to me. Excuse me. Oh, damn it. Did the quality get any better or is it still shitty? Also, thank you, Disillusion Man, for the $1.99. Even though you did not say anything, I appreciate you. All right, time to start the painting. You all ready for this? Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Now, one thing about Kakashi Sensei is he has a big old scar. Definitely got to highlight that. Okay. I remember Cecil was saying something about this. Juju is a big fan of anime, I guess. He said something, but like how there's too many seasons, and I was like, I've watched them all. He's like, how did you watch all those episodes? And I'm like, easily. I watched that Ed Gein show. Ugh. It's so uncomfortable. I really didn't like, though, how they make it really sympathetic. And I'm just like, I don't want to feel sympathy for a serial killer, but like once he's older and in the asylum, it's like, oh, like you feel bad for him because he just seems like he's just this like retarded, like I guess mildly retarded guy that's in this loony bin with all these like crazy people. And I'm just like, this dude's fucking insane. So I don't want to feel sorry for him. You know? But I will say, like, the gruesome aspect of it definitely is there. It's very uncomfortable to watch some of this stuff. And I didn't watch like anything beforehand. I didn't see a trailer for it. All I know is that like the guy that plays him is pretty hot when you Google him. But now I'm like, I'm never going to be able to unsee you as Ed Gein. So that killed any kind of like attractiveness because I'm not typically into blondes. But I saw this picture of him and I was like, wow, this guy's yoked. He's super handsome. And this is the guy that's going to be playing Ed Gein. I'm like, hell no. But the prosthetics on him were good. He was super fucking creepy. I will say, like, because I know what he looks like without the prosthetics, I'm still like, yeah, this guy's too good looking to play this character. Like get somebody like Steve Buscemi to play him, not someone that is like a knockoff Brad Pitt. Like, in my opinion, I remember when Cecil was complaining about how they got Colin Farrell to pay the penguin when he's like, there's a million ugly dudes out there that look exactly like the penguin, but you take a handsome guy and put prosthetics on him. But, I mean, I guess that's the only way they can get serious roles. And the guy that directed it, he's the one that did I didn't watch the second season, but he's the one that did the Jeffrey Dahmer show. And I know Netflix is super like you have to follow the super woke checklist like to the book, and he's really good at getting around it. Because there are gayish characters. I mean, obviously, everything was gay in Jeffrey Dahmer, which they all got mad about that. They're like, he's not our representation. It's like he's literally a gay dude killing other gay dudes. Like, what more representation do you need? But, and I mean, and Jeffrey Dahmer was like, yeah, and most of the guys that he was banging were black. So it's like, you get those, uh, you check off that stupid checklist. But in this one, I was curious how they were going to do it, but they did a good job. And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of sexual deviants that are part of the LGBTQ community. So, and it actually tells a decent story. I'm like, wow, if the rest of Hollywood would get on board with that, because it's like he doesn't use them, and I know it's based on a real story, but it's like as once you stop seeing people as just a checklist, like a check on a checklist, and you actually see them as humans and how their like depth could be added and not just like, oh yay, we have to say everything about being gay is amazing. It's like, no, there's actually faults to it, or like being confused about your sexuality. Like there's issues, the like but it makes a good story. But so yeah, there's trans, there's gay, there's necrophilia, hardcore, but yeah. But we watched like the first 4 episodes and I was like, this is awful. I hate it so much. I'm so uncomfortable. It is, I will say, it is slow in the beginning, and they're not very clear about what they're doing. I mean, maybe it was if I would have watched the trailer, but not watching the trailer, not knowing anything about it, just going in cold turkey into it. I didn't know that what they were doing was going to be showing Ed Gein's story along with how he influenced the world. And so when he's younger, it'll cut between him and Alfred Hitchcock, and Alfred Hitchcock making Psycho. And then once, he gets a little bit more established years later, it shows the guy making Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And it shows him influencing all of the movies and the culture and other serial killers. Later on, you get to see other serial killers because the cops are trying to catch Ted Bundy. And there's like little glimpses of Ted Bundy in like the last few episodes. And these other serial killers that they're talking to, they're like, oh yeah, I heard about that one guy that like had dead bodies and like cut them up, and how like, oh yeah, that inspired me. And so I was waiting the whole time, like, oh my God, they're going to show Silence of the Lambs. Because I remember in that one promo article, they said before there was Norman Bates, like before there was Psycho, before there was this, there was, one of it said like Silence of the Lambs, there was Ed Gein. And so I was like, oh my God, there's going to be a Silence of the Lambs part. I was so excited. And it's like barely a 2-minute scene of them doing like the Buffalo Bill, what's the name of that song? Stealing Horses, like that scene. And I was like, I could have recreated this like set better, because I'm like, they got the like set wrong. And I get it, it has to be different, but it did bother me. But they showed Buffalo Bill and all of that. But the first like bit, it was really showing how playing Norman Bates ruined the actor's life, and like how he was actually gay, and how he was seeing his therapist, and how it was ruining his relationships and stuff. And I'm like, I don't care, you know? Like, it's early on in the show, so I want to watch, like, I'm watching this for Ed Gein. I didn't watch this as like an Alfred Hitchcock biopic. And I know like I love Alfred Hitchcock movies, so don't get me wrong there, but that's not what I signed up for to watch. And so, maybe I should have watched the trailer for it. I don't know. Did anybody watch the trailers and then watch the show? Was like any of that shown in the trailers? Because I still haven't watched them. But Mia and Peaches were just really, real. Goodbye Horses. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that song. The one where Buffalo Bill is like dancing with his kind of like whammy suit. Yeah. So, and then I looked up, so I didn't know Ed Gein had like kind of a girlfriend like friend. Like the whole time I'm like, there's no way this girl is real. Like this has to be a figment of his imagination. But it turns out she is. And it's like, I know that the actor, I'm like, this actor, I'm sure I want to say he's at least 40. He might be in his late 30s, but I'm pretty sure he's in his 40s. And she looks like she's 16. Like, she looks really young. I looked it up later. She's 29. So I'm like, okay, like, she's older, but she looks like she's 16. And he's wanting to date her. He's wanting to marry her and all this. And I'm like, wait a second. If he had like a girl this whole time, like, but he talks so slow, like he's retarded. And I'm just like, really, man? But I don't know. I was just, I honestly, I think it would have been much better if it was just a movie and they could have cut out a lot of the stuff. I think it would have been much better as just a movie than a extremely drawn out TV show, in my humble opinion. I don't know. Did anybody else watch it, or is it just me? I know a lot of people are on like, let me cancel Netflix. I don't think I can ever cancel my Netflix because it has my sister's watch history on it, and she passed away. So I'm not going to get rid of it. It's a sentimental reason. I know, like, I know everyone has their reasons. You can hate me for it, but I'm not strong enough to delete it. So in that case, I'm gonna watch it, and I'm not gonna support any, and they can see who's watching what show, so it's not like I'm watching the woke shows. And I don't know, the few horror shows I've watched on Netflix have been okay. No, he's 45. Okay, yeah, see, he's old as fuck. And she legit looks like she's 16. And I'm like, okay, I looked it up. I'm like, okay, she's real. And then I was like, what did this girl look like? Because I know no way that girl is like like there's no way that girl didn't have gentleman callers as pretty as she was. Like, she's way too pretty for that town. And then I looked up what she really looked like. I was like, oh dear Lord. uh, like, if they actually got an actress that looked like the real life woman, I'd be like, run, Ed Gein, run. She kind of looked like a knockoff Ayn Rand. She was not a good looking woman. But then the girl that they got to play her is super pretty. It's funny. Amazon is having a huge sale on diapers. I know, it's like Prime Day. the thing is, like, I've bought diapers for her, and then she grows out of them. She's wearing size 4 right now, and so I'm hoping that that lasts. Because I had bought her, like, a big pack of size 2, and then she outgrew them, and then she was in size 3 for maybe 2 weeks, and I'm like, "What the hell, child?" So she had, like, a little growth spurt. But so right now, she's fitting size 4 pretty good. I hope we don't have to go bigger anytime soon, because I want her to stay little. But, this little, like, she's got a little big butt for a baby. I'm like, "Oh my god. She's so cute, though. She got the cutest little baby butt. It's so sweet." Oh, I love her so much. I'll take a look. Oh, shit, what happened? I'll take a look at the diaper, sale, though. My mom went to one of my friends' baby showers, and she got her these diapers, and I'm like, "Don't ever buy those diapers again, Mom." I'm like, "They're the worst." They're probably get them because they're cheap, but like, the only diapers worth buying are Huggies. Like, don't even bother with the other ones. They're so bad. They aren't absorbent at all. Like, all the health one, like, "Oh, this is healthy for my baby." It's like, what do you want? Do you want shit and piss everywhere leaking through everything? Or do you want your baby to be covered and to not shit and piss everywhere, for their diaper to leak, for them to scream and cry because it's uncomfortable for them? Uh, like, pick your damn poison. So I told my mom, like, don't ever buy anything that's not Huggies. And it's not like Huggies is break the bank. Like, yeah, obviously diapers add up over time, but oh my God. Oh, I'm trying to think of the name. I think it's Loves or something. Those are the worst diapers. Like, or the fancy one that everyone's trying to like the Corti something. Also, it's totally a scam. Like, they're saying, "Oh, don't put your baby in blankets." I'm like, me and Peaches were like, "Yeah, no, we're like, we survived just fine sleeping in a crib with blankets." Like, "No, you have to do a sleep sack and this, and this, and like have them in this weird, it looks almost like a baby straitjacket." And we're like, "Yeah, this is a scam." And it really is. Like, my baby's completely fine, and we haven't had any problems on that front. And I'm like, we survived. So did, what, hundreds, if not thousands of generations before, with freaking blankets. And now they're like, "You have to do this, and you have to have them in this little outfit that looks like they're in a straitjacket." I'm like, that cannot be comfortable. Like, my baby sleeps just fine. My baby actually sleeps through the night. I'm seeing that all these parents with, like, "Our baby is sleep digressed," and yada yada yada. I'm like, yeah, it's because you're listening to freaking baby propaganda. They're trying to sell you all this shit that you don't fucking need, and it's marked up at a huge increase. No, my computer just said it needs to restart, but that's my laptop, so I'm not going to be able to see what you guys say for a second. I also can't see my reference. Hmm. All right, I got the chat back up, everyone. What diapers does Cecil use? That's a good question. I don't know. Probably adult depends. Paint isn't going on the way I like it to. Don't know why. So sometimes, and I don't know why, my paint doesn't mix as well as it should. Maybe it has something to do with like how much terp, and then when I blend it, how much actually gets scraped off, but you can see through it sometimes, which I don't like. I do typically paint very thin, and that's just because when I was in college, it's like, do I buy food or paint? So I tried to make my paint last as long as possible, which is why I have the same tubes for years. But it's not blending the way that I want to. I also think because there's like no give, because this is a hard surface, that also might be a culprit in it, but I'm just I'm not so happy with what's going on right now. I'm going to look up at the chat in a second. Shout out a topic you guys want me to talk about. Give me a talking prompt, I guess. You guys want to hear me ramble while I paint about something? The iBook shipping date? I mean, I talked about that earlier. I have to settle. I need to get things settled with the printer, because the how much I got my proofs, but I'm not happy with the way the cover is. And so once I get that settled, then they'll start printing. But calendars will start shipping in 2 weeks. Yay! Finally, man, I'm so excited. The Bride trailer. I haven't even watched it. It's not like a famous actor. Like, isn't like Christian Bale in that or something? It's like an A-list actor that's in that, right? I miss my baby. I miss my sweet little baby. Probably sleeping like a little angel. I'm so tired. The mirrored camera makes you think I'm left-handed. Well, you can just think I'm left-handed then. It's okay. We think the baby might be left-handed. She grabs a lot of stuff with her left. I mean, she uses her right a lot too, but Peaches mentioned it. He's like, she's using her left hand a lot. And it's funny because two of his brothers, they each of them, their older daughter is left-handed. So I was like, oh, that'd be funny. The baby's a lefty. The animator that drew a Boo is left-handed. There's his autograph somewhere. One of these days I need to get it framed. I think I'm going to have to do 2 layers on this, which really irritates me, but I don't like doing layers, but I think I'm going to have to because the paint isn't doing what I'd like. I think I just didn't make it thick enough. I have like the Sailor Moon intro song stuck in my head and it's driving me crazy. Anybody in the chat Naruto fans? A lefty means you dodge twins? What, really? How does that work, Maromi? Never heard that. Oh, that's sad. I would have liked to have twins. Then I'd get double the love. I'm kind of hoping that, like, the third one is twins. I'm really interested in this lefty twins theory. It's interesting. So if you guys are watching here on YouTube, please smash the like button. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, this looks like shit right now, and the paint's like coming off. I think what I'm going to have to do is just lay on as much as I could and then just do layers, which I absolutely hate doing, but I think I'm going to have to, which is really annoying. So I'll just block in as much as I can, and then tomorrow, depending on how dry it is, I might have to wait a day. I have to wait a few days. Unless I use a heat gun, but then it's going to stink. Decisions. Maybe I'll start the Gara one. Look. See, Sailor Moon stuck in my head, guys. Who's not joking? Russell Hall, thank you for the 5. And if you really want to have 4 kids in California of all places, you might unironically need to go ahead and strip down for a birthday suit calendar. Oh my God, Russell. I mean, no, I'm not going to do that, Russell. But Peaches and I can make it work. We can make it work for our babies. Listen, my mom, I have never seen her as happy in my entire life as she is with my baby. I'm like, my mom's never even been as happy, like, for anything. She just loves that baby. I told her, I was like, you better thank Peaches. When we called her to tell her, I'm like, say thank you to Peaches. And she's like, thank you, Peaches. I remember when, like, she first met him, she was like, when am I getting grandchildren? And I'm like, Mom, you're just meeting this guy. She's like, I don't care. When am I getting grandchildren? And she had never said that to any of my other boyfriends. So I was like, oh, she must like you. She must think you're pretty. She thinks you're worthy of being her, like, the father of her grandchildren. Years later, finally. That's all. Thank you for the super chat. And don't skimp on the table. Oh my God, Russell. Thank you. Not doing any of that shit, Russell. Oh, guess what? My stepdaughter, she texted me and Peaches today. She made the varsity basketball team. We have been, listen, we have been saying this girl, like, she's built to play sports. Her mom is an Amazonian woman from Peru. Peaches is, like, built to play sports, even though he's, smaller and such. Peaches is like Wolverine, like, as far as body type kind of way, especially with the fuzz, which I love. I love the fuzzies. But the Munchkin, like, she's like, you just look at her and you're like, oh, that girl, that girl would be in sports, right? And she goes to, like, or her mom sent her to, like, some art school, and I'm like, I would love to sit there and draw with her. She has no interest. I remember I bought her all these art kits. I was so excited. Like, she has no interest. She only liked it because if you were in the arts program, like the choir, you got to go on field trips to Disneyland. And we're like, she's only doing this for the field trips. And then that middle school had, like, a high school equivalent, and she didn't go to that one because she's like, oh, I'm not interested in music. And we're like, a few years ago, the mom got upset with Peaches because he wouldn't pay for this field trip because we both knew that the kids already raised money for it. So the mom was trying to get Peaches to pay for her ticket so she could go as a chaperone. And he's like, no, if I'm going to pay for a chaperone, I'll go myself. And the mom got really, really pissed off about that. But it's like, yeah, no, he's not going to pay for you to go on a vacation. I know, it's like, get a fucking job. But yeah, so she has no interest. And then she goes to this, like, STEM school for, it's not even, it's like, it's a school where you would send boys that are, like, going to graduate and go straight into the workforce. It's not like a college prep type school. It's like, you're going to be a farmer, you're going to be a welder. Like, that's what the school's known for. It's known for getting your associate's degree in welding. Like, that's the school. And it's like in this mini sports league. And we're like, you need to go to like an actual high school where you can, have an actual high school experience, not this tiny little charter school for boys that aren't going to go to college, you know? But I guess they have like a tiny sports team. She finally is playing sports and she loves it, which we knew that she did because it's like I had this conversation with her and it's like everything that I say, obviously it just gets thrown out the second she goes to her mom's because they have to do whatever is the opposite. But I told her, I'm like, what do you like to do in your free time? You like to play video games and you like to play sports. So that's obviously what you're interested in. And I told her, I was like, college is where you get to, you know, it's where you get to study what you're interested in. And yeah, you have to take some classes that you might not want, but like that's what that's what the whole thing is for. It's to set you up to become whatever profession that you want to become. But she finally signed up for sports. She's finally playing, and she texted us today because she's the only freshman that made the varsity team. And we're like, we're so happy for her and she's so happy, but it's like, yes, finally. You're doing the thing that you actually want to do. And I'm just like I had this talk with Peaches' older brother. So Peaches' older brother, it's funny, we're like we're kind of in like the opposite. We have the same situation but opposite. So Peaches' brother got married to an older woman and she had a son from a previous relationship. And whenever the son was with his dad, like I've never met his father, but from everything I've heard, he's the biggest asshole in the world. And all of his money, like his family, I guess, owns like a nightclub. And so he gets paid under the table. So he always claims that he makes nothing on his taxes. And so he never paid like a cent of child support. And like he was just an asshole. And even my how would that be? I guess he's technically my nephew. So but like my nephew, him and his wife, they even they said like, "Oh no." Like she so they have little babies and she was telling me she's like, "Oh my god, no." She's like, "He's a narcissistic piece of shit. He's not allowed around my children." And I was like, "Oh my god, like I've never met this dude, but I've heard nothing about but bad things." But so me and Peaches' brother were talking about the situation with my stepdaughter and how it's like it's like the same but the opposite. Like I married a guy that had a daughter with like a crazy chick. And so we like kind of laughed about that, but he was just saying he's like, "You know what? Whenever like as a kid, it's like you don't want to go with the parents where there's discipline and responsibilities. You want to be with like the fun parent where there is no discipline, there is no responsibilities, you don't get in trouble." But he's like, when they're older, they'll understand. And I just have to keep telling myself that because it's so hard because I'm just like, she was the sweetest, kindest little girl. And she had this big personality. She was one of those kids that was like outspoken, but in like a kind way. And she was really funny. And now, ever since the mom started dating this new girlfriend, and it just, and it's been going on for, I want to say 5, 6 years now. And of course, that's like slowly starting puberty and all that. The mom just became way more controlling. And I just watched this little girl with this big personality that, was so sure of herself and such a strong person go to this like timid, quiet, keeping to herself, like scared child. And it's really bizarre. Like she's afraid to talk to us. She's afraid to have fun with us or for her mom to see her having fun with us. And like we've been telling her, we're like, "What do you like? You don't play soccer for your school. You had to sign up for a league." And we're like, "Why don't you play soccer at school?" And then we figured out why when we finally got to see her classmates that were playing it. It's like, "Oh, all the girls at her school that are playing soccer are the pretty valedictorian type of girls." And her mom doesn't want her being basically a girly girl or feminine in any way. So she probably talked her against that. And so I'm just like, oh my God. And maybe it was the mom, maybe it was the mom's girlfriend, maybe it was other factors, but I'm just like, I don't know, there seems to be a pattern. So were you when you were young? I don't think I've ever been timid. I've always gotten in trouble for being way too blunt and honest. If anything, I feel like I've learned how to control it over time, but it's hard because everybody can see the difference and we all know why. And I know, like, because she's told me before that when she's with her mom, they say nasty things about me and her dad. And I want to ask her, like, why don't you tell them to stop? Because one of the instances, I last time we got there was a bad situation, we had to talk to her, and I told her, I'm like, the person that spoke to me, like, that's not you. I don't know who that is. And I told her, I'm like, if it was anyone else, I would never speak to that person again. But I'm like, I don't know who that person was because that's not you. And then she told me it was the mom and the girlfriend were, because it was a phone call, and she's like, the mom and the girlfriend were sitting there telling her what to say to me. And I'm just like, it's, if that's how you feel about me, I'm like, you must really hate me, and I don't know what I did, because I don't think I've ever done anything to receive that kind of, attitude or the way that she spoke to me. And then it's like obvious and well, she told me it's from the mom and the mom's girlfriend, which I'm not shocked by, but it's like, and just I'm so happy that finally she's getting to do what she wants, and she's realizing what, you know, makes her happy. Like she usually doesn't text me or Peaches unless she needs something or wants something, which that's how all kids are. So I'm not saying that has, that's, big problem when you're 13, 14, and you have a phone, like that's us. We're we're boring. We're parents. She doesn't want to have a conversation with us. But she texted us like so excited that she made the varsity team, and we're like, "Yay!" And it's like, "Yes, we've been telling you. You're literally made for sports. You enjoy sports. Like this is something that like you actually enjoy doing, so you should pursue it versus stuff that you have no interest in." Like she shouldn't have wasted her time doing concert choir. She only did it for the field trip. She had no interest in singing. She still has no interest in singing. But I'm so happy that like she's happy and enjoying herself. I hope it doesn't get squashed. I'm really worried about that. Yeah, I know she's growing up. She's being a big girl. It's the hard thing about kids. They don't stay little. I'm so sad. I want the babies to stay babies. I want all my girls to stay little sweet angels, not be butts. Deranged Lunatic, aka DL, thank you for the $1.99. It sounds like they're intimidated by you. Well, I'm not. There's a word I want to say. I'm not going to say it. But let's just say I don't want to say it. Drunk Bama. What's up, J Bama? I hope you're having fun on the cruise. J Bam, I was just telling the chat my stepdaughter made the varsity basketball team even though she's a freshman. Very excited about this. What time is it? Yeah, another eye out. Yeah, I think though I'm gonna have to paint this in layers, which I hate doing, but I think I'm gonna have to do it because the paint's just not working with me. I hit the cruise drink limit. Oh my god. Anna and Miss Bam is pissed. Wait, like for the night or for the whole cruise? If you hit it for the whole cruise, I'd be pissed. But if it's just for the night, that's not that big a deal. I don't know cruise rules, though. Maybe it is a big deal. How many fucking drinks did you have, man? You know, I've never liked the idea of a cruise. Like, I cannot think of, like, I'm claustrophobic, though, so that's probably why. And that just stresses me out thinking about being, like, trapped on a boat with, like, thousands of other people. Okay, I'm going to put one little layer in it, and then I think I might have to call it a night because I'm going to have to wait for this to dry to do anything else, which is super annoying. But then I'm going to have to come back and, like, repaint everything. I hate painting in layers. I hate it so much, but I'm going to have to do it. It is just not working with me. Oh, I'll have to remix all the paint too. So annoying. But hey, you guys will get to see that process. I've never even been to Catalina Island, Steve. I might try it once and see how it goes. But if you guys are members, maybe I'll put the link in the chat for the members, and then you guys can come on and talk with me. As long as there's no audio problems, nobody says or does anything inappropriate. Is that something you guys would like? Yeah, this is just not mixing well at all. Really irritated. But I think if I sit back and take a break from it and come back when it's dry, make some better progress. Anna, what do you think of the R2D2 Home Depot? I don't know. You sent me photos. I'll be close to Nina Infinity Mire. Woo! Hit her up. Go see her. 15 per day? Holy crap, J Bama. For the day. Well, you know what? I think that's a good policy. That's a lot of alcohol, man. A lot of alcohol. Okay. Have I seen the in art Henry Cavill Superman figure? Yeah, it's like, I'm not the biggest statue person, and it's like $500. I don't want to drop $500 for a statue. I really want that black Hot Toys Henry Cavill as I want the Geralt of Rivia figure from Sideshow, and I also want but it's him and Batman, and I don't want the fucking Batman, and I don't want to pay $500 just to have a Henry Cavill hot toy in the black Superman suit. It's really frustrating. Anna, check your email. It's so cool, the R2 didn't. Okay, I'll look after. Yes, I'm plastered. At least you're having a good time, J Bama. At least you're having a good time. This is so frustrating. It says I have a message and I can't find it. Okay, but so right now the dilemma I have with the iProject book is that the proof that they sent me of the cover, it's like it's aligned with the hinge. And I don't think I like that. I think I want it like aligned with the page because I don't want to have this extra gap on the side. So I don't know. I just realized I painted this lopsided again because I paint lopsided because I'm retarded. Yay. Also, I hate this whole thing. You guys are going to hate me I'm about to do something and you guys are all going to freak out. But this is what I do when I really hate paintings. Because I'm going to have to redo the whole thing anyway. So at least I'll have a base now. I'll fix it next stream. But now let me just smooth this out. Don't worry, I'll fix it. But at least right now there's a base color. Get a bigger brush and smooth it out. You really liked it? It's okay, it'll be better. When I repaint it, it will be significantly better. Also, I have all these paintings just sitting in like my storage, and I keep them in it's like an airtight, I guess it's not airtight, but it's like a dust proof. Like it's got this little jacket thing that makes it dust proof. And I'm like, should I just sell these so people can actually have paintings and not just have them sit in my shed because I'm so attached and I don't want to get rid of things? What do you guys think? Maybe I'll start doing eBay auctions. I don't know how, but maybe I can figure out how. Okay. So. Let's see. Okay. We put that right there. What a monumental waste of my time, but it's okay. I got to hang out with you guys. Okay, let me just prep this one as well. Just lay down some skin tones. Let's get rid of all the paint on my panel. No, I won't have to do the layers and the black won't show through. It'll just be a nice base color. So I've never seen that Dawson's Creek show, and Peaches saw it. Was like, I don't know what streaming service it was on, but Peaches saw it, and I was like, oh yeah, I've never seen it. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah, like we didn't have TV really. I mean, we had a TV, we just didn't have cable, so I couldn't watch TV shows. And so he's like, well, you at least have to watch like the intro song. And I'm like, okay, fine. But because it was like the beginning and the pilot episode, it doesn't let you, like it starts off a little bit weird. But I'm like, oh my God, Katie Holmes is a baby. But that guy that plays Dawson, his head, his forehead, man, is so fucking big. I can't look at him. He bothers me. And then that chick that is the baby mama for whatchamacallit, Heath Ledger is in it. And I'm like, that's the chick that was like, oh, I'm so happy I had an abortion when she was like accepting some award or something. And I'm like, ugh. I just looking at her in that episode and I'm like, was this what she got the abortion for so she could be in this show? Really? And then Katie Holmes is like acting all jealous. And I'm like, bitch, you're Katie Holmes. Like, why are you jealous of this bitch? Just. It's like before, what's his face? It confirms Peaches is gay. Everybody apparently watched it. You gotta remember, Peaches has a gay twin. So. And Peaches' best friend is gay. Actually, I think we're gonna see them this weekend. It's funny, his husband is like the perfect housewife. Okay, got that one prepped. Should I prep one more? I think I might. Oh my god. What is wrong with my PC? Or my computer, my laptop? It just says it's run into a problem and it has to restart. This is like I guess it's the second time for this stream, but that's like the third time today. It's really frustrating. I just ran an update on it. I shouldn't have done that. I think that's what's causing all these problems. Okay, got a few panels prepped with skin colors. Be good to paint later. Let me switch microphones now I'm at my desk. There's a big Windows 11 push. Ugh, annoying. Super stinking annoying. Oh my gosh, I feel like Mike Tyson just bumped. That's not good, man. Let me see something. I need to order something. I'm making holiday cards of the baby, and I need to do it now because they're doing it ends at midnight. So I got to do this really. Let me remove that because I don't need that. Does Peaches watch Hallmark Christmas movies? No, we don't really watch Christmas movies. Like, I honestly can say, like, I don't watch Christmas movie or, like, Hallmark Christmas movies, and I know Peaches doesn't either. We're not, Hallmark people. The only one that we watched last year was because we had just had the baby, so people over at our house were like, "Fuck, we gotta, like, entertain people." And I'm like, "Alright, let's just get Christmas movies." Right? And so, let's see. Mm, uh, we were looking, and one that popped up on Netflix, I was like, "Oh, that's the girl from One Tree Hill who was murdered in the last season of Dexter." She played Haley in One Tree Hill, but freaking Riker, Commander Riker was in it. And we're like, "Oh my god." And so the whole time, like, my dad was over, so we're like, "Let's watch this one." Where Riker is a he's like a concierge at some hotel, and there's, like, a magic some movie was filmed at this hotel, and, like, the main actor disappeared, nobody knew what happened to him, and everyone just assumed he died, like, a year after the movie, and this girl's, like, I guess she's writing a book or something, and this is, like, the worst pitch for this ever, but so she goes to, I don't know, she touches the thing, and it sends her back in time to when they're filming the movie. And it's funny. But, yeah, okay, I'll do this later. Yeah. But, yeah, so she finds a true love guy or something in the past, and then Riker's just, like, in it, and we're like, "This is like a holodeck episode of Star Trek," and Riker is, like, watching, like, a holodeck program or running a holodeck program. So that's all we said the whole time we were watching this movie. Yes, we're nerds. So is my father, so it's fine. Size is this card I'm getting for I don't even know. All right, I ordered my little Halloween cards for my baby. Okay. All right, guys. I think I am going to call it a night. John's wife is literally named Holly. Of course, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Riker is married to Laura from General Hospital. I've never seen a second of General Hospital. Let me see. Yeah, um, I've never let's see. What's her Jean Francis is her name? Or Jeannie Francis? Oh, yeah, she is married to Riker. Let's see. Oh, what a cute couple. I like their, like, 80s photos. Aw. It's weird seeing him with, like, a girl that's not, oh my god, their wedding photos, yeah, they got married in the '80s. Oh, wow, her wedding dress, without the sleeves kinda looks like mine. Kinda, not exactly. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go to bed. Well, I'm gonna go watch, an episode of Dexter with Peaches. But hey, if you guys see, I'll do a video on all of the crazy women that are bitching about oh, here, let me switch so you guys can see me. I actually did like my hair and makeup today. 100% just to keep the baby from pulling my hair because it's really painful. But here, let me see. Can you guys see me? Yeah. Hi. Yeah, see, my hair is like all slicked back in a bun because my child pulls my hair and I scream and Peach is like, stop screaming. And I'm like, it hurts. It's a reflex. But yeah, I actually like my hair slicked back. I think it looks nice, but somebody told me I look like a maid once, and I'm like, I think I look nice with slicked back hair. But whatevs. Whatevs. So yeah, if you guys see any of the woke women having meltdowns about Taylor Swift, send me the video. I have my DMs open on Twitter, so I'll do a compilation reaction to it because I think that would be fun. But please leave me a comment. Helps me with the YouTube algorithms. If you guys are watching here on YouTube, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. You look pooped. Thanks. I thought I looked good today, but okay. You look very tired. Fuck you. I am tired though, so you're right. I'm happy it's sweater season though. I hate being in here and it like just sweating. Like now I can have my heater on. I can wear my nice sweaters. My daughter is like obsessed with pulling this. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna get sweaters with this so you can just sit there and go. It doesn't zip all the way, but it's like she had so much fun. I was like, yes, free entertainment, and it keeps her from pulling my hair. But yes, please smash the like button here on YouTube. Please leave me a comment letting me know what you thought about the stream. And I will see you guys all later. Bye, everyone. Good night.